starting with the fourth panel, that is HR transformation. I would request Mr. Sharma to take from here on the HR transformation. Each speaker will get 10 minutes of their time. Post the session is completed, we'll have a question answer round.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy to have you back, and I think we lost some of the colleagues who were sitting here and participants. Nevertheless, looking at your interest, we are really, let's say, quite impressed. We were discussing the panel here, which is in front of you. It's an interesting topic on which we are going to present. Some of us may use the PowerPoint also, just for the, visual support. Others have prepared well. I mean, they will talk about it, and then it's a very, very vast subject, as you all know. HR transformation and driving results to business, how HR can do. Let's think, I mean, it's such a wide topic, it's really difficult personally for me to delve into this subject with, authority, or actually I find myself at a loss, so therefore I'm very happy that there are the other panel members who will throw better light than me. I also have some points which I will add, and what we'll do is we'll go sequentially and not keeping any other order, and it's the simplest way. So Mr. Bapuji will make the first presentation. He'll talk what he wants to share with you on this topic. Mr. Bapuji.
Good afternoon, all of you. It is a pleasure to be here. Generally, I used to be on the other side. For a change, I am this side today. So I'll take about 10 minutes and try to show some light on HR transformation. For a change, we have been the last panelist. There is a small privilege that Meera has extended. We can use PPTs. We can not use also. So I'll just take about 10 minutes and quickly take you through what HR transformation has gone in last 1 decade. And I'll also try to put few points that has helped us to understand HR a little bit more from the earlier times. Little bit of history for 1 or 2 minutes, and then quickly we'll move on to current situation and probably a little bit on future possibilities. So that will help us to understand how HR has to maybe change itself and try to align with the business so that it becomes even more accountable and responsible for business results as well. So with this, can I move? Oh, yes, thank you. Briefly touch upon the roles and responsibilities, then evolution of working class, then a little bit on current trends and future possibilities at micro and macro level, and also mention few points. Okay, thank you. So I'll also mention a little bit on the evolution of HR from a welfare officer to a business accountable function. Roles, I try to borrow it from Dave Ulrich's thought process, which said HR has got 3 things to do, which they do today, in near future, and for long term. Today is regular academic activities and then little bit of employee relation. Immediate future is to build culture, take ownership of culture, and to the long term strategic part. That anyway which we are doing, all of us. Why did this change from a employee welfare officer to business accountable person? Just because the way we do business has changed. The way each organization functioning has undergone a tremendous change. I have a short history of about 15 years, but the management history or HR history is dating back to close to about 3-4 centuries. So it has brought in tremendous change. earlier we started with farming, then we moved on to factory workers in 19th century, and then we moved on to knowledge workers, IT workers, mass production and such things in the middle and end of 19th century. And after that, today is century of ideas. Somebody with new idea can create huge amount of service or product in shortest possible time. So overall management thinking is moving from just a producer to a thinker, creating knowledge. Earlier, creating knowledge was mostly restricted only to universities, scientists. But today, every educated student comes up with a new idea, converts it into a business proposition, and in a short span of time, 3 to 5 years, come up with an organization of $1 billion. It has become an order of the day. It's quite common. So, to your surprise, there are as many as 350 startups just in Koramangala, which have potential to reach 1 billion in next 5 years. So that is the size and opportunity. So it is moving from some kind of left brain to right brain, moving from processes, systems, structures to thinking different, thinking very opposite of what we were thinking so far, thinking something disruptive, thinking very different, just not out of the box, but completely opposite of what we were believing so far. Some of the current trends that we have seen in last 15 years is restricted to globalization, dominance of IT, dominance of telecom, then a little bit of web designing and e-commerce, which just started about 8 to 10 years back, and a big change in the way we shop, the big change in the way we transport goods, that is distribution and logistics. Like today we can ship even a perishable item anywhere in globe in about 2 to 3 days. So that is the efficiency and that is the opportunity. Same way, to manage this large scale, widely spread business opportunities, 2-3 things have become key focus areas. That is managing the data, that is mostly to do with algorithms, then sensors. So everywhere, every product or a service is being sensed. If you are online, you are being monitored and sensed. If you are a product company, then it is being tracked at every stage. And huge amount of data from different sources. There is a huge amount of data that needs to be analyzed, that needs to be compartmentalized, and then from there maybe conclusions that will help business need to be brought in. To do this business, probably most of the organizations, including my company, is thinking of getting skill mostly from very fresh talent pool. That is mostly from colleges. And there are instances wherein some of our companies in this new age have recruited a lot of people from even 10th and 12th standard, in the sense as a trainee. I mean, below minimum wages, probably it's difficult for you to take him as an employee, but you can always engage their services part-time as a trainee. So there are good examples wherein all the major 3-4 players, including Google, Twitter, WhatsApp, and also Microsoft, engaging Z generation. We were talking about Y generation, so it's gone beyond to Z generation, wherein somebody with about 10 to 12 years of schooling can bring in a lot of his ideas, and that ideas can be made into business propositions, and that can be implemented as a business opportunity in the organization. So it's become very common in last 2 years. So that led to emergence of a lot of new companies, which are large scale companies. Like today my company has got about close to 35,000 employees directly, and growing very fast. This case is same with some of my other companies as well. Some of our companies who are working closely in the same space, like Jabong, maybe like Amazon, then Snapdeal, ShopClues and Paytm. All of them employ huge number of employees. All these organizations are 5 to 6 years old and already having valuations upwards $10 to $15 billion. So that is the power of idea. So to manage this kind of business space, HR has to reinvent itself. It has to undergo major change. It has to think from a very different perspective. And a lot of things are happening at workplace. When I started my career about 15 years back, my boss was having an experience which was a little more than my age. And today, my boss is about 10 years younger to me and his boss is about 2 years younger to him. So it's very, very different situation. And hierarchies, controlling, framework, these things are changing very, very fast. And HR department has to align itself so that how do we manage this new team? How to manage this new talent, which is constantly on search for a job, constantly on for search for new challenge. On a lighter note, loyalty, which all of us felt is a big positive trait, is no more an asset. It's more of a, loyalty is a laziness. Or stability is some kind of, stability is shame. If you are stable, if you are perfect, then there is something seriously wrong with you. So, a situation where we are thinking very differently, very disruptive, and many times unrealistic and many times unreasonable. When we interact with my founders, my experience here is very small in Flipkart, just joined about 6 months back, and before this I was with Reliance for about 10 years, again into startup space. So disruptive thinking, unconventional business planning is becoming more and more important in boardrooms today. To manage that, very different kind of environment is required. To manage that, HR has to refocus itself into a function wherein that facilitates that kind of business discussion, rather than just be a controlling function, just be a policing function, just being a salary administering function. So gone are the days. That does not mean that we ignore them. We need to continue to do that. Either I do it or I outsource it, but I need to do something additionally more that adds value daily to the organization. So with that thinking, HR itself is transforming the role into a business enabling function. And business enabling function essentially means you are part of business discussion or you are part of business meeting every single day. 5 years back was a day when if the business meeting, planning meeting used to call HR once a while. But today I am present, or all of my HR senior colleagues are present in every business meeting, in every business discussion. So that is a major change. And the way a production head, the way a operations head is being questioned, even HR person is also being questioned for performance. So no more I can wonder why this question is being posed to me, why performance is low. So I need to prepare myself to answer that and also to contribute how to improve the performance over a period of time. So HR continues to hold the earlier functions of admin, relationship management, business partnering, culture change. They will continue to exist, but the new thinking is to make sure that you enable each and every employee to give his best, bring in his new ideas, ensure that his skills are completely utilized probably in an informal environment wherein he loves challenges, he loves to work, and he loves to contribute in a way he is recognized every single day. No more appraisal cycles, no more bell curve theories that we used to give lectures on. Today, new idea-driven employees are not interested in that at all. He is happy to take challenges, he is happy to deliver, and he is happy to not to be monitored. That does not mean that he carries a casual approach, but he carries enough and more amount of commitment, he carries enough and more interest in delivering results, but only thing is that he loves to be not to be monitored. He loves to be given his complete freedom, but he is willing to contribute too. So with this change, probably we will discuss more with my senior colleagues. Thank you.